Hey, what's up? Binary Tech here, and welcome back to a new video of Tech Recap. Our first news is coming up from Samsung. Now the tip is coming from Galaxy Club, and it is a very convincing one since there seems to be some sort of certification on the new charger that is called EPTA865. Do note that the Samsung EPTA845 is a 45-watt charger, which means that the 65 in the model number could very well indicate that we are getting an even higher capacity in upcoming flagship that should go official next year. However, while this sounds fantastic news, there is some uncertainties that are lingering. For instance, the Galaxy Note 20 series does not support 45-watt charging at all, so it would be odd for Samsung to jump to such a higher capacity to begin with. Still, we are already aware of the fact that super fast charging is becoming a thing now. So let's hope for the best. Next one is coming up from ISRO. While concerns over China's increasing space warfare capabilities have been highlighted in a recent Pentagon report, another United States think tank has released a report claiming that China attempted several cyber attacks on Indian satcoms in 2017. However, ISRO has denied any such claims but indeed acknowledged the risks involving Chinese cyber attacks. The report also claimed that numerous attacks were made from 2008 to 2018, including against Indian satellites communications in 2017. The magnitude of the attack or its results are yet to be clearly defined. Next one is coming up from Google. Google already has an in-car navigation UI in the form of Android Auto, as well as the future replacement in form of assistant driving mode, but it seems to be implementing a very similar concept in Google Maps. We have seen music playback controls show up in Maps navigation before, but never the Android Auto style buttons and the home screen. The interface in question looks a lot like Android Auto's view, but differs in that it's basically entirely out of the Maps app. Tap the home screen button and you are brought to an intuitive screen where you can reach all the essentials: calls, messages, music players, and podcast apps. Here's the dedicated interface for YouTube Music with what Google deems to be essential as well. Next one is coming up from Apple. Three of the Apple's top contract manufacturers plan to invest a total of $900 million in India in the next 5 years to tap into a new production-linked incentive plan. According to two sources familiar with the matter, Foxconn, Winston, and Pegatron, all to make investments under the same scheme, said the sources, who asked not to be named as the discussions were private from Reuters. As the report notes, India has a new production-linked incentive scheme thought to be worth of $6.65 million. The scheme will pay manufacturers to onshore operations in India, rewarding them with cash. It has previously been reported that Apple is investing heavily in manufacturing in the country and pushing suppliers to help diversify its supply chain. It was reported in summer that Apple had started making the iPhone 11 in India, the first time a flagship iPhone has been made anywhere outside of China. Reports suggested similar plans for iPhone 12. Next one is coming up from HTC. For a long time it remained very quiet around HTC. When was the last time you heard about HTC or saw someone use an HTC smartphone? Comment down below. The Taiwanese manufacturer decided to focus entirely on VR market. However, after HTC appointed a new CEO in September 2019, there seems to be some more movement in the matter. A new patent indicates that the HTC is indeed working on a foldable smartphone. On New Year's Eve 2019, 3 months after the appointment of the new CEO, HTC Corporation filed a patent in United States for a foldable display device. The documentation was released on August 28, 2020 and published in WIPO database directly after. Next one is coming up from Google. For many of us, calling a doctor's office, an insurance courier, customer support, or indeed any kind of administrative office has become an exercise in frustration, especially these days with increased demand. A new Android feature called Hold for Me, which Google just announced, may just be able to make those phone calls a bit more tolerable. Hold for Me is currently available as a preview feature in United States for Google's new Pixel 5 and Pixel 4a 5G phones. Next one is coming up from Apple. In one of my previous videos, I talked about how Apple is asking other game streaming services like Google Stadia, Microsoft xCloud that each and every game in their streaming platform should be available to directly download from App Store. So game streaming services like GeForce Now, Stadia, xCloud are not yet officially available on iOS or iPadOS. A new browser app which you can download directly from the App Store provides a relatively simple way to play Google Stadia on iPhones and iPads. The App Stadium isn't the first workaround that managed to get Stadia running on Apple's mobile devices, but it makes the whole process a lot simpler. But there are a couple loopholes in there. Stadia's interface didn't scale properly on iPhone's displays, perhaps understandable given it's not officially supported. However, from Reddit comments, it seems like iPad's screen aspect ratio offers a much better experience, with multiple users reporting that the workaround works perfectly for them. Moving on to the next one, Apple TV is Apple's growing media services, allowing you to subscribe to a range of original productions and pick up digital copies of movies and shows outright from across Apple's hardware ecosystem. Apple has been gradually rolling out apps for smart TVs and other platforms to expand its reach, and now it looks like Xbox consoles are soon to be in the running. Apple TV is currently available to a limited pool of testers on Xbox consoles. It appears likely that the Apple TV for Xbox will be identical in features and the functionalities to the TV apps available on LG and Samsung TVs, but designed to work with an Xbox controller instead of a remote. Moving on to the next one, while the current version of iOS is iOS 14.0.1, the Apple is already testing iOS 14.2. The company released an early beta version of the update yesterday, and it includes a new set of emojis, as Emojipedia spotted yesterday. Apple already shared an early look of the new emojis back in July. Overall, there will be dozens of new emojis this year. Emojis will be more diverse and inclusive this year, with new variations of existing emojis. My favorite is arguably the disguised face. Comment your favorite emoji down below. Next one is coming up from Twitter. Twitter says it's making its voice tweets feature available to more users on iOS. Launched in June for a limited number of users, Voice Tweets is designed to allow people to tweet with their voice, sending voice-based messages instead of text. Voice tweets can be created by opening up the tweet composer and tapping the new wavelength icon. A screen then opens with the user's Twitter icon, which can be tapped to begin a recording. Twitter users can capture up to 140 seconds of audio, but continuous recording is possible and longer audio will create multiple voice tweets. Next one is coming up from Facebook. Instagram users can message people on Facebook and vice versa. Messenger, the Facebook-owned messaging app, has slid into Instagram's DMs. An update replaces direct messages on Instagram with Messenger, which will be embedded inside the app. No need to download the Messenger app separately, no need to link your Facebook account or even have a Facebook account at all. Alright guys, this is it for this week's video. Hope you guys liked it. Please like this video, share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace.